Alright. So, I just got done watching the Royal Rumble 2021. Well, I made a deal with Fez before I start this. If my pick did not win the Royal Rumble match... Hold on. I'm going to turn up this TV. My pick did not win the Royal Rumble match, and I have to do this review with the shaving cream beard. So here it is. Here we go. And a mustache. Okay. So, hold on. Alright. So, hold on. Okay. Alright. So, we'll start off with the pre-shows. And during the pre-show, we had R-Truth talking about, dressed up like Elmer Fudd, talking about hunting bunnies, but it's really Bad Bunny, who was performing a music video, or a music performance, a song called Booker T, but it was all in Spanish, and I couldn't understand it. This is Booker T the whole time, standing there, and he's speaking in Spanish, and then, or singing in Spanish, and then at the end, Booker T just goes, "Can you dig it, sucker?" Stupid. But hold on. Ichi. Don't eat it. The match of the pre-show was Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Charlotte and Asuka for the women's tag team championships. And, well, Charlotte and Asuka were doing alright until Ric Flair came out with Lacey Evans, because they've been doing the bang boom at the hotel, and distracted Charlotte, so they lost. And Charlotte took the pin, surprisingly. Oh, I'm dripping. I got a towel, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. There we go. Oh, it dripped on my pants. Oh! Anyway. So, yeah. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are the new women's tag team championships, and I should have thought of that, but I didn't. But it's okay. So, the main show starts with Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg in the Grandpa match. And everybody, I was nervous. I'm sure everybody was nervous. You know? Because every time Goldberg comes back in a championship match, he wins. You know, he beat Kevin Owens. He beat... who was it? The Fiend. He beat The Fiend. He beat The Fiend. He beat The Fiend. And then, so yeah, but they were trading back and forth claymores and spears and jackhammers and whatnot. But, thank the Lord, Drew McIntyre retained the WWE Championship. From there, we go to the Women's Royal Rumble match. Sorry. The Women's Royal Rumble match, where we had to... No, I'm wrong. It's Carmella versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And, yeah, with Reggie by her side, my man Reginald. And this match was, who cares? There was one point in the match where Carmella tried to she hit a move, she tried to go over the pin, and she didn't get it, so she screamed really loud, and it was very annoying, and they kept showing the replay, and it was annoying. Also, Corey Graves should not be able to side with Carmella when he is working at a professional capacity as a commentator. Because when you're with the woman, because like, okay, when she came out, he's like, my jaw just dropped, Cole. And I'm like, you cannot do that when it's your woman, all right? It's your girlfriend or fiance or wife, whatever. You together, you can't do that. I'm like, you're going to go home to that woman. What do you mean? You know? Shaving cream tastes terrible, by the way. But, of course, Sasha Banks wins. But another thing I want to point out is that during the match, Sasha was thrown out of the ring and caught by Reginald. The referee then decides to throw Reginald out of the match, even though he didn't do nothing but catch a woman. But Sasha Banks won. So we have the Women's Royal Rumble match, and there was some surprise entrants in here. There was Victoria and I don't remember. Victoria, Santana Garrett, Holmst, I don't know, from NXT apparently, but I watch NXT every Wednesday, and I don't know who she is. Although I do admit that when it said Santana, I was like, with the guy from AEW, but it's a Women's Royal Rumble, so yeah. R-Truth came out, when Alicia Fox came out, and R-Truth came out thinking he was in the Royal Rumble. He's like, oh, my bad, but then Alicia Fox rolled him up for the 24/7 Championship. And then she was eliminated, and then he rolled her up to win it back. And, yeah. What else do I do? What else do I say? Yeah, there was some other entrants. I can't remember them all, damn it. You know? I'm only one man with a shaving cream beard. I can't remember everything. So, hold on. What? I need to reapply a little bit. Hold on. Okie dokie. Alright. So, where was I? So yeah, the Women's Royal Rumble match. So, yeah. Rhea Ripley was in it. My Shotzi Blackheart, although she was in it too early and was eliminated too fast. Yeah. It was down to Charlito, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair, who came in at number 3. Bayley came out at number 1. She lasted a little while, but, you know. And, so, I did not want Charlotte to win this. And she didn't. She was eliminated second to last, leaving Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And Bianca Belair won. So, that's good, because she was one of the ones that I picked. And she deserves it. And we'll talk about the men's in a little bit. But next, we have a thing in between where the kickoff panel is talking, and then here comes R-Truth comes out, and he's talking about how he defended his title against the Fox. I don't know. And then Pete Rosenberg, of all people, hits him in the bars and rolls up R-Truth to become 24/7 champion. So Pete Rosenberg, end of the night, is 24/7 champion. So then we have Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens Universal title match. And the highlight of this was really when they went up and fought out where the people, there was where the Thunderdome people, they fought up there. And every time the camera would turn to this one side, this one dude kept going. And eventually they stopped showing him, and then there was another dude who just like my brother, but I don't know, it wasn't my brother because he thinks wrestling is fake. So no, it wasn't him. So I don't know, but it looked like him. But yeah, and there were a couple times that Kevin Owens should have won this match. Let me explain. So they were in the back, in the training area, and Roman Reigns was thrown on this pallet thing, this table. He was thrown through it. And so Kevin Owens gets up in this forklift, turns it on, lifts the thing up. And I said right there, what he did was he got up on top of it, swanton down. But I said, Kevin, you idiot. All you need to do is get in the forklift, turn it, raise it up, lift it back down, where it's laying on Roman Reigns, and you won. He can't get up. But he doesn't do that because he's not supposed to win the match. This also comes back later, when Roman Reigns is going to handcuff Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens handcuffs Roman Reigns to this thing. The referee's starting to count to 10. He gets to 9, and Roman Reigns grabs the referee, shoves him into this metal thing so he can't count to 10. So, a couple minutes pass by, now the referee comes out, starts counting to 10 again. And meanwhile, doing this, Paul Heyman has come out with a key trying to get it unlocked. Now the referee comes out and starts counting to 10, but stops at 6 when Kevin Owens is up. However, I kept counting, and there would have been 10, more than 10, had he kept counting. Kevin Owens should have won that match. But all I can think about is that possibly it took too long to unlock the handcuffs, and that's why he stopped. But Kevin Owens should have won that match. There was also no interference from either Uso, and Jey Uso wasn't in the Men's Royal Rumble match either, which confused me, because he was announced. Ricochet was in it, and he had to be AJ Styles. So there was a lot of confusion, because WWE decided to announce number 1 and number 2 in the Royal Rumble match. And have a match for the number 30 in the Women's Royal Rumble match, which is Natalya, who cares. Anyway, so they announced that the numbers 1 and 2 were Randy Orton as number 1, Edge is number 2. Yet Edge came out number 1, Randy Orton number 2. I even said, wait, Edge is supposed to be number 2. Maybe I got it wrong. But no, because Pulse, you know Pulse, he had number 2 entrant to win. That came out as Randy Orton. But then he looked it up, and he should have actually won because Edge was supposed to be number 2. So they screwed it up. They did something. It's WWE. Also, I'm going to go ahead and ruin it here. So the supposed scary ending to the Royal Rumble, it never happened. But we had some surprise entrants in this match too, like the Hurricane, Galito, but no Primo, so it sucks. Christian came back, which is another cool moment. Kane, he and Daniel Bryan had a moment where they hugged. But yes, and Seth Rollins. And I know the people really... I said there wasn't many surprises. Carlito, Hurricane, Kane, and Christian are the only ones that I'm counting. Oh, and Damian Priest. Other than that, I don't count main roster competitors. Whether they're injured and out of action, I don't count them as surprises. So Seth Rollins, not a surprise. Ricochet, not a surprise. Even though he wasn't supposed to be in there. And I found it stupid that they were supposed to be in a story with Retribution. But Mustafa Ali gets eliminated just before Ricochet comes out. And I'm going to point this out right now. Omos shouldn't have been allowed to be out there, because he was directly interfering in the match. Now, Big E was trying to eliminate AJ Styles, so Omos just grabbed him and pulled him over the top rope. And he does it again later to Rey Mysterio, but there's more, action to it. He just grabs him, chucks him off. That's when the referee should have thrown him out, but he didn't. But then they get smart and throw AJ Styles out the other side, which is pretty cool. But yeah, you got your other guys, Sheamus, Riddle, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, who didn't last long, King Corbin, who Dominic Mysterio, eliminated, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton. The story was that Randy Orton and Edge were going back and forth at the beginning of the match, and Randy Orton gets injured. And so you knew that was going to come into play, and so the final four were Edge, Christian, Seth Rollins, and Braun Strowman, who came out number 30, and I thought it was stupid. And I'm like, great, so Strowman's winning this. But no, Strowman gets eliminated by Edge and Christian, and then Christian gets eliminated. This is done to Edge and Rollins. And I'm like, they're going to let Rollins win this? I'm like, and then Pulse was saying, Randy Orton is still in this match. I'm like, also, Orton's going to win it. Because they were talking about how he's going to beat Stone Cold's record of having 3 wins, or whatever. So Seth Rollins eliminates Daniel Bryan. I forgot to mention that. Daniel Bryan was my pick. I'm sorry. But the story you were telling is that Daniel Bryan wanted to win the Royal Rumble before he retired. And they were saying he didn't have many years left. But he didn't win. He should have won. Regardless if he was my pick or not, he should have won. Alright? They picked the wrong guy. I'm sorry. I love the winner of this match. I love him to death. But Daniel Bryan should have won. Now we'll get to the winner of the match. So, Edge eliminates Seth Rollins. But here comes Randy Orton, hits him with an RKO. But Edge no-sells it and throws Randy Orton out of the ring. Edge wins. Pay-per-view over. What happened to the scary ending that was planned? Also, they were going to do a thing with Alexa Bliss turning evil, but then they just had Nia Jax throw her over the top rope. I don't know. But yeah, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view was fine. I guess I got Bianca Belair right. And I knew as soon as she won, I'm like, oh, great. Because, okay, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm kind of undefeated in picking Royal Rumble winners. I'm still keeping it because I still get at least one a year right. I started back in 2018 when I picked Shinsuke Nakamura. He won. Last year, or 2019, I picked Seth Rollins, and he won. Last year, I picked Drew McIntyre. He won. And it's always 1 year because I picked Shayna Baszler to win last year, and she was last eliminated by Charlito. So, yeah. This year, I got Bianca Belair. So, as long as I keep getting one a year right, I'm still counting my streak. So, yes, I hate Baron Corbin and I hate Seth Rollins now. Because Baron Corbin eliminated Otis, I think. I don't know. I was in the other room and I heard Otis was eliminated. Why do I hate Baron Corbin? Why do I hate Baron Corbin? Because I just do. Oh, I like Dominic Mysterio. That's what it was. Because he eliminated Baron Corbin. Guys hate Baron Corbin. And then I hate Seth Rollins. Because he eliminated my pick who should have won. But this was fine. And I slowly realized after that, wait a minute. Pete Rosenberg is still the 24/7 champion. Oh, wait. Corey Graves said something. What was it? Oh, after Pete Rosenberg won the 24/7 championship, Corey Graves says something about I think we can lay off at David Arquette or something like that. Something like that. Something with David Arquette, because people always bash that David Arquette was the worst champion and now you got Pete Rosenberg. Yeah, but Pete Rosenberg's probably still better than David Arquette, no offense. Like him as an actor, but he's WCW World Champion? No. So, there you go. We talked about the WWE Royal Rumble 2021. I have a beard on, a shaving cream and beard. Tomorrow starts birth month. And my first review is Land Before Time. It's already uploaded and ready to go. It will debut 8 a.m. tomorrow mornings. Monday mornings. Because this might be uploaded at midnight. Who knows. But yes. So look for that. Also, make sure to likes, shares, and subscribes. Thank you for watching. I've been Shaving Greenbeard Man. Bye-bye. My glasses now.